lecture 3 of engineering graphic design subject. In our previous lecture, lecture 2, we'll talk about the drawing instruments that we use in our coming lecture series in your drawing sheets. So, in our present lecture, we will talk about the sheet sizes for using in our workshops. Basically, we have A0 to A5 sheets. But we in our engineering drawing, we will go with the A0 to A3 sheets. And we previously in lecture 2 we will also discuss about the drawing boards. The particular drawing board having a particular drawing sheet size. So in this lecture we will also discuss about the what are the margins, what are the title blocks, and what is the need of the title blocks, and what is the as per the standard, what is the size of the title block. So let's start with the proceedings.
Next is, we already talk about the drawing boards. We already talk about the drawing boards and their sizes. Like we already talk about for the A0 sheet we will go for the D0. For A1 sheet we will go for the D1. For A0 sheet we will go for the D2. And for A3 sheet we will go for the D3 drawing boards. And we already discussed about these sizes also, that D0 having a size of 100,500 into 1000 mm. For similarly for the D1 1000 into 700. Similarly for D2 700 to 500. For D3 there we will go for the 500 into 350. So these are the R dimension are in mm. You can see here the A0 sheet dimension A2, A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5. You can see this A4 dimension. We can talk about the A4. Where is the in the fig? This one. This one is the A4 figure. So please see in the figure also the A4 dimension. Because why I'm talking about this A4, because we widely use for in printing media. So in our daily life as well in all over the world, we can use the 210 into 297 dimension. This is the trim side dimension. And there are two types of dimensions are there: trimmed size and untrimmed size. What is the basic fundamental of the untrimmed and trimmed side? When we fabricate the sheets, so sheets are coming from the rolls, and then these sheets are trimmed into required size to extra size. It means if you require the 210, so your trim size should be the 240. It means 30 mm and larger than the required size. Why it will be required? We will discuss in the margins slide. We will discuss this trim or untrimmed side in our margin slide, in a coming slide. So basically in this slide we will only discuss about the A0, A1, A2, A3 and A4. What is the standardization of size, and what is the relation between the A4 to A3, A3 to A2, A2 to A1, or A0 to A1 to A0, or what is the relation between A0 to A5. With these relation can be easily asked with in our examinations also, in your quizzes also. So what is basically fundamental is there. If I'm talking about the A4 sheet, you can see in your slide also. You can see in slide also. This is your A4 sheet. Okay, and I'm plotting this A4 sheet having a 210 mm is width and 297 having a length. All dimensions are in mm. Okay, if I'm talking, this is the A4 sheet. If I'm talking about the A3, what will be the A3? A3 will be become like this. Means the width of the A4 will become the length of the A3. So this all this will become the, I'm plotting in different way. This is A3. I plotted this dimension here. So A3, it means the width of the A4 will become the length of the A3. It means it will be twice. It will be twice. 0 to 4. It means 420 mm will be the length. We can cross verify with your A3 sheet. This 420 mm would be a length, and this length 297 mm is the length of the A4 will become the width of the A3. Is it right? You can cross out a check in the front. Yes, 297. So these having a relation, and this having a relation of twice. You can see this having a relation is same, and this having a twice. So it means the length become the width of the next one, and width will become the twice of the next sheet of it will become a length. So this is a relation you can see from the figure also. This is your A5 figure, this is A5 figure, this is your A4 figure. You can see the width will become with twice of the length of the A4, and similarly for A5 sorry A3, this length will become the width of the A3, and the width over A4 is twice is equal to the A3 length. Similarly, this is for the A2 sheet, similarly for the A1 sheet, and this is for the A0 sheet. Now, what sheet size we will use in our drawing, engineering drawing? Basically, we will deal with the A0, A1, A2 sheets. We will draw on your in your classes as well as at your home, because these are the large sizes. These are the standard sizes, and in the market these not available in the trim side. The untrimmed side you will be obtained. Sometimes when you purchase these sheets, and you can also measure from practically you can measure from the at your home also what size you will be got. Next is your margins of the drawing sheet. We will talk about the different types of sheet sizes like A2, A02, A5, and they having their own sizes. So they where we taking the example of A1 sheet. This is your A1 sheet, and this is untrimmed sheet. We can see the untrimmed size here, and this is you can see at the margin line you can see the trim size is there. The basic purpose of trim size is to obtain the printed sheet at the trim size. So at the trim size you can see that this is a margin. From this margin we will draw a border line. From this margin we can draw a border line. You can see these are the border lines. From the border lines the drawing space will be defined. After that, if I'm talking about the other sizes, I'm elaborating here. I'm drawing this. So on at the left hand side, it will be a 30 mm. For A0 and A1, the margin should be a 30 mm here. For A2, A3, this margin should be a 20 mm. And at a top and bottom, at right side, it will be a 20. It will be a 20 mm for A0 and A1. From top, bottom, and right, it will be a 20 mm. For A2 and A3 sheet, the top, bottom, and right margin should be a 10 mm. Is it clear? So for we will not talk about the A4. Basically for A4 sheet we will only use to for print media. So these are the folding marks on your drawing sheets. You can see figure 1, figure 2, and figure 3, and this is figure 4. In figure 1 you can see the folding marks here. These are the fold 1, the fold 2, fold 3, fold 4, fold 5, and fold 6. Basically, what is the need of the folding marks? For example, this is your A1 sheet. This is an example of the A1 sheet. Both are the A1 sheets here. Because these sheets are having a larger dimensions, so we have to preserve for the long-term use when we design plotting a sheet. And we sometime one part is drawing on the sheet, and in your industry, so you have to maintain a record, so we have to need to fold. And what standard size we will go for? The basically two methods we will use here, method 1 and method 2. In method 1, the sheet size folded size should be a 297 into 190 mm. In method 2, the folded sheets having size 297 into 210 mm. Both are in mm. And what is the purpose of this? What is the difference between 190 and 210? Basically, when we have to put this into container, we do not use for the file. We not file, or we not make the punch at the left hand corner. So this standard should be required. Basically, in a figure 2nd and in figure 3rd, you can see folding marks in lengthwise direction, and it is a crosswise direction. So when we folded the sheet, first we fold in a lengthwise direction, and second folding marks will be in the crosswise direction. So in both the cases, method 1 and method 2, the folding phenomena will remain the same, but the size is different. So in your quizzes, in your exam, it will be asked what method in method 1 what will be the folded size. So answer will be there 297 into 190 mm. And next, if for the second, it will be the 297 into 210 mm. So this is the folding marks on the drawing sheet, and how to preserve the sheets. And one more thing is there. You can see a title block here. Here title block is very important. In both the sheets, you can see a title block. In crosswise, when we fold with the method 1 or 2, in both the cases, this title block will be should be on the top side. After the folding, the sheet will remains this type of dimension. For example, 297 and 210, or in first one case 190. So the title block should be visible on the top side. But what is the need of the this title block at the top side? Because in title block, we will discuss in second slide. In title block, all the information that included your designer's name, drawing number, date of the drawing, drawing fabricated by. So all these information are available on the title block. So when in an industry or in a record room, the number of drawings are there. So how to identify that this drawing is a particular part? So we will not disassemble this drawing one by one. So with the help of the title block, we can see this drawing is particular part drawing. So next one is title block. Basically, as per the standard, the size of title block is 185 into 65 mm. Either it would be a A0 sheet, either it would be a A1 sheet, either it would be a A2 sheet. So all these sheets will follow these types of dimension, or it will be a A3 sheet. See, in all these sheets, we will go for the 185 into 65 mm. So basically, in the title block, these are the key elements that should be available. First one is the name of the firm. Name of the firm, for example, if you are working on in industry, or you have it's your own industry, so you have to write your XYZ Limited, Private Limited, or you are a student, so you are studying in your any university, so you just name your university name. So next one is the title of the drawing. This one is the title of the drawing. In the title of the drawing, basically, if you are mechanical engineers, so we will go for the machine drawing. In machine drawing, you fabricating, you plotting a particular part. For example, a piston rings you are plotting. So in piston rings, you plot the connecting rod. So in title block, you will write a connecting rod here. So third one is the scale. We are already talking about that. There are three types of scales are there. Enlarging scale, enlarging, reducing, or full scale. Basically, scale, we have to repeat the scale. For example, if you have a large size drawing is there, and we not able to plot on your required sheet size, so we have to go for the reducing scale. So we have to mention what dimension we will use here. Reducing scale, for example, 2:1 or 5:1. For enlarging, 1:2 or 1:10. So full scale, we already tell 1:1 means drawing of the scale is equal to the drawing of the object. Next is the symbol of the projection method. It means in what angle we will made a drawing. So this is the symbol of first angle projection. First angle projection is a first angle projection. We will discuss in our next series when we discuss about what is the plane, what is the horizontal plane, what is the vertical plane, and how many angles are there: first angle projection, second angle projection, third angle projection, and fourth angle projection. So in the projections we will discuss in deep. So I'm just talking about the title block. In title block, next is yours drawing number. You can see a drawing number. In drawing number, we will represent a numerical word. So next one is designed by. Designed by the who's a designer, and we have to plot a name here. And when he started this drawing, and drawn by the name and dated similarly, and checked by, and in our industry the higher authorities that we have to check, and the name of the higher authority, and at what date they checked. So at a standard, it is following the standard or not, and approved or not, yes, and approved by what person name is. So in the title block, these all the informations are available on your drawing sheets. So and this is having a dimension 185 into 65 mm. So this is a standardization for the A note, A1, A2 and A3 sheets. Next is your title block for the students. Basically, when we are beginners, because when we in the first year, so when we studying your engineering drawing subject, so in our labs we always follow with this type of title block. This is having a 50 into 150 mm. This having a dimension is 150 into 50 mm. This is not a standardized. This is not a standardized. The standardized dimension is a 185 into 65. But for a make convenience for the students in the beginning, in our classes, we will go for the 150 into 50 mm, because in this you can see in a previous slide the dimensions and the nomenclature is different, because where we write a name, it means name is a student name and roll number of the student, and class it will belong to first year or some your branch also, and college name and your plate number if you have available. Some of the students don't have a plate number, so date of the fabricating the drawing and title of the drawing. So and scale is 1:1. You can see if you go for the 1:1, you will put here the 1:1. If you are not if you go for the reducing scale, so you put the ratio here, or this is a mandatory. When we go for the drawing, when we fabricate a drawing, when we plotting a drawing at your home as well as in your workshop, so it is mandatory to write all dimensions. All dimensions are in mm. So it is very important, because when we plotting a drawing, so a fabricator or an observer, or you can say some manufacturer, when we read the drawing, he know about the dimensions are in inches or in meters, in kilometers or in mm. So it is mandatory to write these dimensions are in mm. If you go for the inches, so you have to write the inches, but basically we will follow the drawings, the dimensions are in mm. So thank you.